What's going on? Welcome to Gaming with Bare Hands. I'm Bare Hands, and today we have got a deck based around the Hog Rider, Elite Barbarians, Tornado, and the Musketeer, and we are going to call it the Them deck. You know, Tornado, Hog Rider, Elite Barbarians, Musketeer. This deck is so much fun. I saw some top of the leaderboard players playing around with it. Mostly Pong, because he's pretty awesome. Go check him out if you haven't ever seen him. You can learn a lot, even though you may not understand what he's saying. But his gameplay is exquisite. Check out this deck. We've got the Elixir Pump, which I don't play the Elixir Pump very often anymore, but it's actually quite good. And then we've got the 3 spells, which is interesting. Fireball, Tornado, Zap spell. And then we've got this awesome kind of defensive plus push ability with the Elite Barbarians, the Hog, and the Musketeer. That Ice Golem works both ways, both as an offensive push with the Hog and with a defensive kiting and defending card. You just cannot go wrong with the Ice Golem. Honestly believe it may be the best card in the game at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some replays of it used against some very different versatile decks, just to give you kind of an idea of how it's played, because this is a no legendary deck. Again, really liking the no legendary decks recently. Possibly with a deck like this, you could climb fairly high up in that leaderboard, hopefully get some trophy records for yourself. So let's jump into some games and I could show you how this deck is played. Alright, this game against Non-Gravity was really interesting. He's going to go ahead and start off with a Furnace, and what we are going to do is take the first wave. We're just going to soak the first wave. Then we're going to Fireball the Furnace here because we didn't really have a good card. I didn't want to dump the Elite Barbarians or the Hog into the Furnace. He's going to come in with his Hog and check out the Master Tile pull with the Tornado is going to give us a King Pop here, which gives us an awesome defense for the rest of the game, because pulling things with the Tornado, he's not very happy about that, but you can pull things now to the middle without pulling it to your King's Tower at this point and get 3 towers to shoot at them. So being able to get that at the start of the game gives you a huge advantage, and it's amazing. He's going to go ahead and Fireball down our Musketeer down to a sliver of health. I'm going to go ahead and zap his Musketeer, and just so happens to catch his Elite Barbarians. Now, that may not have been the best play, perhaps Elite Barbarians in the back behind his, but after I played the Zap spell, I did not have enough Elixir. So we defended as best we could there with the Tornado and soaked a ton of damage, bringing our tower all the way down to 706. That's okay. He's going to go ahead and play his Furnace. We don't want to soak any more damage at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and throw down my Ice Golem. Probably could have thrown the Ice Golem down a little bit later, so that it didn't take hits from both of the Fire Spirits, but I was full on Elixir. Then I do this lousy push here, and it gets pulled all the way over into the Furnace, because I did not do a pig push. Don't really know what I was thinking there, and it was just bad. He's even given us thumbs up there because of how poorly we did with that push. And then we go ahead and defend pretty poorly with a Fireball Musketeer against a Hog. There were better options we could have used there, I am sure. And so, not really feeling amazing about the start of this game. It's like we got the King Pop with the Tornado there early, but then we get our tower sacked, so it's not giving us that benefit anymore, and we've barely done any damage to a tower, so I need to change my play style a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Ice Golem and the Elite Barbarians and the Hog again. Kind of get in here. This time the Hog's going to get pushed around to the left of that Elite Barbarian, shooting it straight over to his tower, and what he's going to do is he's going to opt to deal with my Elite Barbarian over here, so that he wants to take my King Tower out here, which is why he loses this game. He gets a little too greedy wanting the 3 crown. Here he comes in, he throws Fireball on our Musketeer. We go ahead and burst down his Hog with these Elite Barbarians, clean up his Elite Barbarians, and then he's forced to deal with the Elite Barbarians on the one side, and we Hog the other. Now, I expected something in between there, and he didn't play it. So our Psychic Fireball is kind of a waste of Elixir, because our Hog would have taken that out anyways. So we're down 4 Elixir at that point, unnecessarily, and now I have to defend against these Elite Barbarians again. But again, he's going after our King Tower here, which makes it so we can then defend and then push his right-hand tower. So here come our Elite Barbarians. We throw our Hog down in the middle there. He's going to go ahead and get the Furnace down, but we're going to deal damage so quickly to it. Our Elite Barbarian and our Hog are going to turn right around, talking really fast right now. Holy cow! Our Fireball is going to take out his Musketeer as well. So Now look at us. Now we're looking pretty good. 1634 on our king tower. But I'm not terribly concerned because we just need to get a little bit more damage over on the right-hand side. And what I'm going to do is at this point, I'm just going to rush like there's no tomorrow. Go ahead and get the hog down. He goes ahead and throws his furnace down. But here come our elite barbarians. They're going to spin around. And that fireball hits the furnace and the musketeer. Beautiful. And I would say that's probably the first thing you need to work on when using this deck is making sure your fireball gets the optimum placement every time. Now, obviously, you want to get the optimal placement on everything every time, but the fireball with the hog is so good. If you could predict them playing things like barbarians in front of your hog and you can fireball the tower and the barbarians, the stun factor is insane. I've lost so many times with a hog running toward my tower with like 6 units, heavy units all around it, and that fireball hits and like blasts everything back and it runs straight through right to the tower and wipes it out. And so you want to learn how to use that fireball, knock stuff back, use the hog, get to the tower. It will get you the win a lot. Alright, this next game against Scrolty McBooger is Scrolty McBooger. Interesting game here. Interesting name. We're going to start off with the Elixir Pump. Elixir Pump is a dangerous card to use early in the game. It's 6 Elixir. He goes ahead and throws down a card in the back, which makes it so it's not quite as desperate of a situation. Then he's got a level... We're playing level 10s, and they usually have level 12 common cards. So he's coming in with a level 12 Elite Barbarian, or whatever that thing is called, Royal Giant. Our elite barbarians are going to counter the Royal Giant, but we take like 1,500 damage to our tower. And now we've got kind of this rush running into his tower. We go ahead and zap this. Nope. That was a horrible zap. Horrible zap spell. He zaps our musketeer, but then our hog, imagine if our zap had been on point there. Our hog runs in here, and with the musketeer, we wipe out the tower on the first counter push. That's just a sad story right there. Sad story for Mr. Scrody McBooger. Now, when you've taken out the tower and they've got a Royal Giant, you want to keep your Tornado in hand, unless you have to use it otherwise. And you want to get your Elite Barbarians down. What that's going to allow you to do is pull him back and stall him. Ideally, you have your Elite Barbarians down first, but my rotation was off there. And look, we wiped that out and take, 2 hits to our tower? So that was beautiful. Our Elite Barbarian valiantly takes out that mini P.E.K.K.A there, which was nice. And then he's going to go ahead and defend with his Ice Wizard. Again, I'm feeling pretty good here, but that 1,200 damage on our tower can go really quick if you don't defend the Royal Giant correctly. Now, he's going to do an interesting thing here. He's going to go ahead and throw the Tombstone over on the left-hand side. Then he's got his Ice Wizard and his Mega Minion coming down the right. I think he overextended there, probably wanted to have enough for his Royal Giant to place in front of the Ice Wizard. But I think he misplayed it a little bit there. And then I'm going to throw down my Musketeer to just kind of sit here and deal with the skeletons, and he fireballs our Elixir Pump. I know what's going to happen. He wants to throw his Elite Barbarian, but we get our Hog down to force him to answer, stalling his Elixir there a little bit. I didn't expect to get a whole lot of damage on the tower, but I didn't want him to just have a ton of Elixir. Okay, now I know he's going to play the Elite why can't I say the Royal Giant? We're going to play the Elite Barbarians, then we're going to pull it back, so we take like 3 more hits. But not enough hits to destroy our tower because that Tornado was pulling him back. He gets his mini P.E.K.K.A down. That mini P.E.K.K.A is amazing against the Elite Barbarians. And you know what he wants to play. He wants to play Royal Giant. So let's get our Ice Golem down. Let's get our Elite Barbarians down. And let's get that Tornado down pronto. Look at that. No damage. Take out that level 12 Royal Giant. That is how to defend against the Royal Giant when you've already taken out a tower. Just keep pulling it back with the Tornado. Get that Ice Golem in there. If they play minions or something, that Ice Golem and the Tornado will deal damage, and then you could just zap them all away. Or if they're playing heavier units, you could Tornado, save up Elixir, and then get a Fireball that hit everything. Idea being, though, keep the damage from the Royal Giant mitigated by pulling him away from the tower and allowing your barbarians to burst him down with some quick damage, saving your tower. Alright, this game against... Well, I can't say that name. I should. I should be able to say that name. I did Chinese in high school for quite some time. Wojidao Idiandian. Here he comes with the Lava Hound, and we have already thrown down our Musketeer, which isn't really that great. I really wish I had the Ice Golem a little bit further back initially, and then had been able to just defend with the Musketeer, but my Musketeer is way up here at the bridge, and his Lava Hound is she's gonna do some great damage to the Lava Hound here, but not quite enough, and he's got level 12 minions, so they're gonna chop that away in like 5 hits. We're gonna use the Tornado, and check it out, we pull everything away from the tower, and unfortunately, one of the Lava Pups survives to deal hundreds of damage to our tower, bringing it down to 2306. So he did 700 damage to the tower, which I think is pretty good considering the amount that we got on his tower. Now, Ice Golem, he places Mega Minion a little too late there, and our Musketeer is going to do a ton of damage, and then our Ice Golem is going to slap away at that tower. Now, what do I defend with air here? Nothing. So we have to go ahead and counter push. We use the Hog to kind of kite back the Mega Minion, just to kind of stall it from getting to our tower. Then I'm like, I have got nothing here, so let's rush the other side and just sack our tower. And what happens is he plays Skeleton Army, which I kind of anticipated him playing. We had our Zap spell ready, and we bring his other tower down below 600 health. So that's great. And he's starting to push here on our King's Tower. Why push the King's Tower? Why? You can just push our right-hand tower. Silly. Both of his towers are in range, so he probably could have been a little bit more careful. What's going to happen here, our Musketeer's going to come up here. We're going to go ahead and back our Ice Golem up with the Hog. He doesn't have any ground stuff. He should have cycled. He should have had that Mega Minion down already and then gotten that Tombstone down. Not the case. We go ahead and take that out. The Hog's going to continue pulling the stuff back, which kind of is a bad thing because he could build up a bigger push. Ready for the Skeleton Army with the Zap spell. Go ahead and take out his right-hand tower. Now it's 2-1, and ideally, I don't lose my King's Tower right now. So we've got our Musketeer, which dies to 1 hit to the Fireball. That's just sad when that happens. It would be preferable for him to have to have used a Zap spell there. But the Tornado pulls everything back here. Elite Barbarian's going to clean up that Miner, and then look at this. We've got somewhat of a counter push, and I really think that he kind of gave up here because he started playing really silly. Look at this. Through the units all the way to the tower. That Elite Barbarian and that Hog are just going to destroy that King Tower. What an awesome run. There were like all of these air units. They were running up underneath there, kind of dodging back and forth. All right, guys, last replay here against Snader's G, maybe? He's going to go ahead and start off with, I want to say, level 12 Barbarians here, and thankfully our Ice Golem goes ahead and stalls them, else they would have just slaughtered that Hog. But we get some hits off on the tower, so that was nice. Again, we're playing a level 10 here, but card level does give him somewhat of an advantage, and he's got a level 8 Inferno Tower, he's got level 12 common cards, he has got a level 11 Bomber, which is more normal. Level 11 common card is kind of what we're sitting at. And I'm going to go ahead and start off here on this reset with a Musketeer in the back. Now, he comes in with the Hog Rider, and we're going to try to do a Master Pull. The Hog had kind of got pig pushed over on that right-hand side, which is why he still got a swing off on the tower. And he was unable to get a hit on our King Tower because our Musketeer was sitting there blasting away at him. So in that instance, I probably should have just pulled him to the middle to avoid him not getting a hit because he would have died anyways. Should have known that, but in the moment, I was just trying for a cool play. Then he's going to go ahead and get his Barbarians down here. Again, we've got these poor Barbarians, man, slaughtered by the guns. The Musketeer is just going to town. The one dies, another pops up in its place. You can't kill her, else another will pop up in her place. He goes ahead and throws an Inferno Tower down. Not a good play, in my opinion. Being able to throw our Hog down at this point, after he's used this defensive structure, gives us a huge advantage. Okay, so we throw our Elixir Pump down here. We're able to wait for the Inferno Tower to expire. We're going to go ahead and actually do the King Pull. or the King Pop here with the Tornado spell, and our Ice Golem tanks for the Bomber. Now, I didn't even use my own technique there. I should have played my Ice Golem on the side of the path. It would have reverse pig pushed the Hog around, and then we wouldn't have taken damage from the Hog. But again, in the heat of the game, unless you're really, really focused on doing it, sometimes these slightly more difficult plays fall through. So he comes in with these level 12 minions. Our Musketeer is going to clean that up. The Ice Golem is just going to ensure that they don't get to the tower. And then we're going to throw down another Elixir Pump, force him to answer it. He doesn't. He was about to throw down the Inferno Tower, but he chooses not to. And then his level 9 Hog here, we're just going to pull it to the middle, because with all of the tower shooting it, look at that, he freezes. But our tower on the left-hand side takes it out. So that was pretty awesome. Unfortunately, our Ice Golem doesn't get pushed up there, but we're actually gonna defend this pretty well. All we really need to do is get a little bit of damage on the tower so we can fireball and zap it away, and that's exactly what we're gonna do to seal that game away. I felt like we played really, really well there. A couple of little minor tweaks we could have done to prevent a little bit more damage from the Hog with their tornado techniques, but practice makes perfect. And so we're just gonna go into the next games focused a little bit more clearly on that, knowing that we can do better. Hope you guys enjoy this deck, and I hope you walk away from this video having a little bit more knowledge, having a little tool in your toolbox, a legendary list deck here that you can use in your ladder play, potentially even challenge play. I haven't used it in the challenge at all, but I really feel like this is a solid deck, similar to the Trifecta, but with a little bit more interesting playable options with the Tornado, the Ice Golem, and I really like the Elixir Collector in decks now. It makes for a nice little defensive play that you can then use to do some really aggressive plays in the future. Thanks so much for stopping in. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I appreciate your feedback. As always, you guys are absolutely the best. Don't forget to come back for more gaming with bare hands. Hope to see you in the next video. Have an awesome day. See you later.